Hello and welcome to FIFA 21 exclusive gameplay. Firstly, a big thanks to EA for giving me early access to FIFA 21. This video contains footage from an unfinished version of FIFA 21 and is not reflective of the final product. Also, the cards you can see on your screen are purely experimental FIFA cards. Here we go, FIFA 21 official gameplay. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for more FIFA 21 videos coming your way this week, guys. Got so much gameplay to show you on my channel and so many new features regarding gameplay. So without further ado, here is my very first opponent in FIFA 21, and I made sure to just get this raw footage for you guys and play the entire match so you can really analyze the new gameplay and see what you think for yourself. As you can see, bit of a new backdrop there. This guy did have Renan Lodi at left back, and obviously these ratings are not official at all. And in fact, the base ratings are the same. So yeah, the ratings aren't real, guys. Anyway, we get into my very first game of FIFA 21. Now, what are my first impressions? First things first, I'll start off by saying that the passing definitely felt more accurate, especially for those kind of powerful passes. For me in FIFA 20, there were just too many inconsistent passes. The technique didn't always look great. The passing does feel a bit more responsive. There's a lot more techniques you can use in this kind of gameplay. And as I'm saying that, I make a terrible pass. So yeah, so much for that, right, with my first game of the day. And for me as well, it just felt like the game was much more responsive, especially in this build of FIFA 21. And in general, it felt a lot more like playing FIFA 17 than any previous FIFA. That's what this current build has felt like. Now, this guy does go 1-0 up. He was a very, very good player. And I think he was an Elite 1 player from previous FIFAs, did contact him after. And yeah, he was quality. So fair play to this guy. However, you guys are about to witness some of the most crazy FIFA 21 gameplay you are going to see all week, because this game went mad. Let me just say that. So in terms of the gameplay speed, I know a lot of you guys are wondering, like, how does it feel? Maybe, obviously, because of the cards we're trying to experiment, it might have felt a bit faster than maybe the base cards will do. However, the general gameplay speed felt like fast gameplay when you're playing maybe another FIFA like FIFA 20. And for those of you wondering what is fast versus slow gameplay, well, fast gameplay in general is when the game feels quite responsive. It's when there's no input delay at all. Now, one thing I want to get into right there, you guys saw that dribbling, right? That dribbling, like, technique is unbelievable to use on agile players. I'm going to make a separate video on that this week, so be sure to check that out later on. But in terms of what I'm talking about there, agile dribbling, guys, is R1 and then the left stick. So it's really, really, I'm going to say it is insane at the moment. It really is subject to change. So R1 dribbling, guys, in this FIFA, it feels a bit like the LT-RT dribbling in FIFA 17, where if you had someone like Messi or maybe even Raheem Sterling or Riyad Mahrez or Jadon Sancho, this is a nice goal, by the way, like, you can really, really just destroy some defenders with this agile dribbling. It's very, very powerful. Is it a lot of fun to use? 100%. I've had a lot of fun using that dribbling technique in this current build of FIFA 21. And it's really, really just a lot of... It takes a lot of practice to get used to in terms of when it's best to use it. You've got to get used to the precision of the R1 dribbling, and just in general, being able to do that and get past 2 or 3 defenders is honestly one of the best feelings I've had so far in this game. It's a lot of fun to use. As you can see there again, Kante just did to his defender there. So it's very useful. It's also incredibly useful as well to just get out of those, tight situations like when you're in defense. Even when I was using players like Van Dijk, I know he's got like this 97 rated card, which is obviously like an experimental card, but still, I was able to do it with someone like Van Dijk or Varane and then pick off a pass. Now, what else is really important right now? Well, heading has been improved a lot, so that's a good thing. FIFA 20, in my opinion, was not just consistent at all with heading, and even the technique of it was not especially great. However, FIFA 21's definitely been improved. You can see that corners, your defenders like Van Dijk, maybe even Harry Maguire, will be able to get some headed goals from a corner, and obviously crossing as well. Same thing could be said to that. Heading in general, definitely a big improvement. And for me, that had to happen. You weren't seeing too many corner goals, with your head from a corner, obviously. in the previous FIFA, so it's good to see that's been improved. Now, this guy did go 3-1 up, and I can confirm he was definitely a good player. He was really good, so really had to just get used to the game first. Now, what's interesting about this gameplay is for me that I really wanted to show you guys my first proper game of Ultimate Team and the gameplay itself. I wanted to show the raw footage so you guys can truly go and analyze it for yourself as much as you want. And it's very cool, I guess, to upload this content to YouTube. And it's mad to me that time flies, and this year has been obviously very crazy in general, and it's great that obviously the new FIFA is on the way. And yeah, I can't wait to bring you guys a lot of gameplay this week. Now, what feature has been improved that you guys might be maybe surprised about, you might not have known about, but finesse shots definitely felt a lot more realistic and also just in general quite powerful. Some of the finesse shots I was scoring, guys, especially, 20, 25 yards out with, even players like the base Martial card, base, who also would be probably Rashford, actually. I know they're my United players, guys, but forgive me. Their finesse shots were really good in the right situation. There's that R1 dribbling. Again, it's really hard to stop. The finesse shots, guys, were really good. They're definitely improved for this FIFA, and I think that's a good thing, to be fair. For me, it's interesting to see what they've done with finesse shots. So, for example, on the pitch notes, it does say in general that the curve attribute will now have significantly more influence over finesse shots ball curl. There has also been a focus on using player personality for these shots, along with the cleanup and rebalance of all finesse shot animation. That's one big thing I wanted to discuss. Some of the techniques I was seeing on finesse shots were quite varied, so that was really good to see within this current build of FIFA 21. Now, another part of the game that I felt did improve was actually defending. It felt like it was a lot more reactive, and sometimes in other FIFAs, guys, you definitely have experienced this yourself if you're watching this video today, is in other FIFAs, when you were defending, right, sometimes you would do like a tackle, for example, and the player kind of already knew the animation that it was going to do, and you couldn't really, either cancel that or even just make a better animation. Now, in this FIFA, they've definitely reworked the specific shoulder challenges, and also blocking has actually been completely refreshed in FIFA 21. EA themselves have completely rewritten the blocking system and added to it with the controlling tackling technology, and in general that did feel a lot more realistic when even in Ultimate Team, which obviously is not as realistic maybe in terms of gameplay specifically as obviously kickoff mode, because there's chemistry styles and players are going to be a bit faster, but in general the responsiveness did feel good. Like, I'll be honest, if it wasn't good, I'd say it. So it did feel a lot better. And again, it's in this current build. I mean, it might be subject to change, but in terms of the blocking and the specific like shoulder 1v1s or shoulder challenges, that did feel a lot better. I say that as I was getting absolutely destroyed in this game, guys. I'm currently 4-1 down. However, I did say that this game got crazy. So Neymar scored that goal there, and there is that celebration that might be interesting. But on the note of celebrations, guys, if you did not know this, you guys as the person who has conceded a goal like myself there, you can now skip the replay. You don't need to watch all the replay. So if they do a specific celebration that you might not like, or you're just a bit angry, you can honestly get right back into the game. Now, the biggest thing for me about that is, guys, obviously people get very annoyed maybe at times if they concede a goal, and if in general people don't like losing a game even, they don't really want to watch the replay. And like Ronaldo just scored there, I didn't really want to watch the replay. However, yeah, I actually paused it to just take a breather there. Now, the reason why that's actually a great addition, and obviously it's a small detail within the game, it's not necessarily game changing, but the reason why that's good is that honestly it makes the game go so much faster. Like the amount of times in the past someone would purposely watch a replay in FUT Champions, in Division Rivals, in any game mode, even against their mate, right? It makes the game not only go quicker, but the game speed in general seems to flow a lot faster. And that's a really good thing. I think for me personally, let me know if you guys disagree about this in the comment section down below. I think it's a lot better that you can now skip replays because the game can just flow better. It will be more end-to-end and people might go for goals even more. I think this FIFA, not only just because of that, I think there's going to be a lot more goals in FIFA 21, especially down to the fact that the replay system has been reworked. I mean, it's going to save, what do you reckon, at least 15 seconds, maybe more of time per goal. I mean, that's quite a lot when you add up, right? If it's a 6-goal game, that's at least maybe 1.5 to 2 minutes, right? So that's always good to see. Hoping my maths adds up there, by the way. Anyway, we're 5-1 down, and at this point, I somehow seem to just really start to get used to this FIFA 21 gameplay. But as you can see, right there, he skipped the replay, back into kickoff. We save at least 20 seconds there, maybe even more, honestly. That might be 30 seconds. I'm 5-2 down. Now, what I started to notice here, guys, is that the agile dribbling, as said earlier in the video, is honestly unbelievable. The amount of times I used it in this, in this part of the gameplay video today, it's kind of crazy how just I opened up his defense. As I say that, this guy just put off an incredible pass, and then he again does a nice skill move there. Luckily for me, he didn't quite connect with the shot, but as you can see, it's a very end-to-end game, and I'm liking these high-scoring games, if I do say so myself. Now, another big addition to FIFA 21 gameplay is the inclusion of the new player lock system. Now, this has been detailed quite, a lot in the pitch notes. However, I think it's going to be important to talk about this because it's very, very interesting. So to describe it, very, accurately, is this. So press in both left sticks, so left stick and right stick, obviously, at the same time to lock to your current player when you're in attack. When you're locked to a player and pass the ball, the CPU AI will then take control of the on-ball player, allowing you to move your off-ball player and ask for a pass back in a better position. And you can also cancel that by, I believe, tapping in the left and right stick again. So it's incredibly useful, and especially in positions higher up the pitch. Now, in this specific gameplay, I didn't use it much, right? This is my first game. That's quite an advanced kind of, skill to learn. And you are going to see, guys, the kind of higher ranked players for champions and division rivals utilize the player lock system like we've never seen before in FIFA. It really is a game-changing addition to the gameplay. And to really describe why it's useful is because when you're playing, obviously, someone online, whether it be in Weekend League or even a friendly, when you can decide the run for yourself, you're going to be able to make a lot more creative runs. And as long as you time that pass from the CPU back to yourself, then you are honestly going to create so many more opportunities for yourself, and it really does distract the opponent when used in the right way. And it will take, honestly, you guys, it might take a week to get used to. It's taken me at least 2 days to get properly used to. That's playing FIFA a lot, right? And I get it now, but when you first do it for the first time, you might kind of not select the right player when you're controlling your run. You might still think you've got possession, so you kind of go the wrong way. It's a bit hard to get used to, but once you do get used to it, guys, it will improve your game tenfold. It really will. So that's a big new addition. But my favorite current addition to this gameplay has to be that R1 dribbling. But as you can see there, Ben Yedder there really performing well in this game with that very just mad experimental card, guys. If he does get a card like this in this game in FIFA 21, he might be better than the FIFA 20 version of Ben Yedder. It really will be interesting to see if he gets, that kind of team of the season level card right. So we're back in the game, guys. I was 5-1 down. This is in, I believe, Division 2, which is a really, insanely competitive division. I won, I think, 5 matches out of 5 in the rival placements, but this was my first official game in Rivals. I didn't really want to do placement matches my first gameplay video. I really wanted a tough game, and this obviously was. So we're back in the game here, guys, and then I think that just went for a corner. No, went for a goal kick, but we get the ball here and then we actually get very lucky there getting the rebound, but I think we deserved that. It wasn't a glitch. I predicted where that ball was going to go, and we make it 5-5, and Ben Yedder, Mbappe, Neymar, and then N'Golo Kante all dancing. And this opponent, guys, can obviously skip the replay, which again is a really useful addition to the game. Now, in terms of what else has been for me, heavily improved. Some of the creative runs you can now do are obviously a lot better now as well. Also, with directed runs, which are still a form of, player movement and directed run, player runs, you can now take full 360-degree control over the direction of your runs of your teammates by flicking the right stick after triggering a run as well. So even that is also a cool new addition to FIFA. And for me, I was impressed with, for example, the pitch notes EA did work on. Like, there's a 5,000-word document. It's cool to see, and I want them to focus on gameplay the most. If FIFA's good, like, this would be a game that people want to play all year long. They won't want to stop, for example, in July, in those late months. So hopefully the final build of FIFA 21 will be really, really fun gameplay in general, and just more, I guess, playable. Yeah, the whole year, that'd be really good. But as you can see, this guy gets in, but some nice defending there. And obviously, being my first game, I will concede a lot of goals. So it does always take time for me. I'm always pretty bad at the beginning of the year, right? When we get our hands on FIFA for the first time. Last year, I was atrocious. And then eventually, we got to about Elite 2 standard. And I think, to be honest, I really want this year to be the year where we can maybe challenge for top 100. I really want to do that. But as you can see, nice through ball there from Ben Yedder, and then we make it 6-5. Really good passing, and that's what I mean about some of those kind of play runs there. The play of movement, guys, did feel a lot more responsive, especially when, I'm on the counter-attack there. The team was quality. Also, look at that nice finish there by Neymar there. Really gorgeous goal. Also, another quite interesting thing that I think was quite balanced, in my opinion. Team press was powerful. However, if used for too long, some of the players would really get tired. So there was a balance to that, which I did like. It wasn't just like, the team press was generally really overpowered. It was generally very balanced. So that was a good thing to see. You've always got to keep track of it. But nice lack request there from Mbappe. And then we didn't get the goal up. But that's to me, like, those kind of passes, as you just saw, even though I missed that pass there, I think Mbappe passed it to Neymar. Neymar missed that pass. Even that kind of fast pass back, you weren't able to do the crisp, responsive pass like in FIFA 20. So passing in general did feel better. And just the kind of, I guess, zippiness, you know what I mean? Like, they felt a lot more just fast, which in my opinion is a good thing. But as you can see, Ben Yedder's on the ball here. And look at the speed of this guy with this card. Like, my God, he is going to be crazy this year again, in my opinion. Hopefully he gets an amazing rating once the game finally comes out. Another cool aspect of FIFA 21 gameplay is definitely the animations. Animations were much more improved compared to previous FIFA, so that's obviously cool for defending, for blocking, for even, skill moves in general. Skill moves did feel a lot smoother, which is cool as well to notice. In general, for me, the finesse shots did impress me. That's one thing I did like. Obviously, in previous FIFAs where you could do, the green time finesse shots, they weren't like that, where they were just going in all the time, right? There was a balance to them. But when you hit a gorgeous finesse shot, it felt very satisfying, man. So very cool to see that in this game. So still 6-5 up. And at this time, I'm like, I just want to, pass out the back if I can and really create opportunities. But for me, I said before, man, that agile dribbling came in handy, especially when I was using Varane and Van Dijk there with obviously these kind of team of the year level, kind of experimental testing cards. So another player that was brilliant with agile dribbling was N'Golo Kante. CDM, who's got good agility, will be very, very useful and powerful in this game. So Kante is going to be very desirable. Heard a rumor that he might be leaving Chelsea, which would be kind of crazy. They need to keep him, even as a rival fan saying that. But anyway, Kante in this game will be brilliant as ever. Players like Fabinho will be very good, who are good at passing as well, and also got decent pace and obviously good physicality. The general, the physical aspect of this game as well felt a lot better with the animations and also just with the improvements to the player blocking and also shoulder to shoulder challenges. That was cool to see. I'm not sure if it's just me or maybe because these cards were incredible. My free kicks though were pretty accurate. That one nearly went in, and I've nearly scored 7 free kicks. That's how close I've been. I haven't scored one yet, not there yet, but I've seen 3 go in against me, and I've nearly scored 7. So in general, the free kicks were a lot better for me. But as you guys can see there, I did just get a free kick. In my opinion there, I probably should have got a penalty, but it is what it is. As you can see there, we now have a free kick in this official 21 gameplay, but you know what? That one was maybe more worse. But there it is, FIFA 21 gameplay. I need a lot more time to give a full, I guess, verdict on the gameplay. I did enjoy it though, which is obviously a good thing. I mean, if I didn't enjoy it, I'll tell you guys as well. But for me, it felt more responsive. It did feel more reactive as well in this current build of the game. Obviously, it's subject to change. But yeah, the general gameplay did, for me, feel just more, I guess, fluid is the word I want to use. I liked how kind of reactive the passing felt. Player switching did feel nice. I loved the player lock system, as it's going to take a lot of skill to get used to. That's a big thing, guys. I think the player lock system will be very big in this year's FIFA, in my opinion. Might be wrong in terms of, the final game, but for me right now, that feels like a feature that if you guys can learn fully, it could be the difference between a Gold 1 player and then Elite, or even higher than that. So hopefully you guys get to test this out for yourselves as well in terms of the player lock system once the game does come out. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the official FIFA 21 exclusive Ultimate Team gameplay. Please do leave a like and subscribe for more FIFA 21 videos. This has been myself, matthdgamer on YouTube. Be sure to comment down below with what you want to see next on the channel from FIFA 21 gameplay, and have a wonderful special day.